Hey all my friends, thank you for coming back to my channel. This is actually a Sunday. Now this video won't be put up on Sunday because, as I've told you before, I live very much in the middle of nowhere and our internet service is slow. I can't tell you how slow it is. When I go to upload just a little video, it takes hours. So thank heavens YouTube has this where you can schedule the posting of your video. So I will get this put up first thing tomorrow morning. But I wanted to share with you, because I don't normally play on the weekend. I like to unplug. I sit in front of a computer 5 days a week and, you know, not every minute of every day, but a lot. Enough that come the weekend, I don't, you know, my face is not in my phone. My face is not in a computer. I do try to do my art and my crafts. And of course then I got personal things to tend to as well. But anyhow, this is something that I did this week during my lunch hour at work. And I thought I would just share it with you. And I know it's probably nothing new, but it was fun for me, and I can't actually believe how easy it was for me to let go. I thought it would be more difficult, but it wasn't. And what I'm talking about is cards that people have made for me, whether they were store-bought or not, but definitely the handmade ones. I've kept them, and I've kept them for a long time, and I will continue to do so. But at some point, you have to let go. You really do. And these cards, I'd have to say, are probably 5 or 6 years old. And what I had done is I had actually put them in a plastic ring folder, you know, the kind that you punch yourself with those plastic rings and you put the little plastic sheet covers on them. Well, here's the idea. You can see. You know, the little holes going down. So that's how, this was probably about a year's worth. And I had bound them to keep them together. And I liked it because then I could flip it open and I could actually read the message that the person wrote to me and still keep the card all intact. But like I said, it's time. It's time to let go. So I sat at work one day earlier this week, and I had brought my my Yes Paste, excuse me, and these cards, and I just simply, as I said, you know, pasted some kind of page out of a book over top of the writing. Now, yeah, there were a few that I'll have to say that I still won't let go of, but for the most part, and what I'm going to do is just let you see the fronts as I open them up, because now I've decided that, okay, so I have the writing part all covered up. I am now going to file them in folders that I have for things that go inside of junk journals. Now, I want to tell you something about some of these would have the pictures on them. I was in retail for a long time and made it to a pretty good level in a Fortune 100 company at the time. And we had a designer. And I believe she was French, and she lived in New York City. And after, you know, we both left, she stayed in touch with me. And she would take the most beautiful pictures of her adventures and then send me a card. Now, in hers, she always had another piece of paper and then taped it in there. So those inserts are, you know, I've kept those, but the rest of the card, like I said, I'm moving it along. And I don't think the people that made these for me would be upset about this, because they, too, I'm sure, have a ton of cards. So, anyhow, you kind of get the idea. Like, no, that's a store-bought card, but isn't that adorable? So, it's time to let you go. So, yep, I did all of this during one lunch hour. And like on this one now, you know, this is probably a store-bought card, pretty sure. And this is a dictionary page, Spanish, and this might be French, and it doesn't matter because, you know, there'll be things in between it, there'll be embellishments on it, so it doesn't matter. The one thing that I may do, and I won't do it until I decide, is whether I am going to coffee stain this or not. Now, when I coffee stain something like this, I simply make up my brew, and then I take a probably a 2-inch paintbrush, and I just paint the coffee on my pages. That way they are, you know, hopefully turn out to be a closer to the same color. And I'm not soaking the whole beautiful front of the card in that, you know, in that coffee. Here's another one that Barbara had given to me. Now, my thinking was that this was Central Park. Who knows? But anyhow, and you can see the artwork and the embellishments that people gave. But like I said, I have a ton more. And on the more recent ones, I did not, however, bind them. I actually have this great big huge container that I've been sliding them into, and then the most recent ones, if you watched my video of my art space that I did in the collaborative, I believe it was, for March the 2nd, you'll see that I have a board with chicken wire on it. Now that's where I clipped the most recent ones. And so that's where I stand right now. Now, a little bit ago, I did go ahead and pull out my Yes Paste, and I did glue one to the inside of this. Now, yep, I like Yes Paste. It is sticky, but I spread it usually with a hotel room key or a cut-up vinyl placemat and smooth it out. I like it. And what I use is I use a old magazine that when I smear the paste on the card and it comes out, I can just throw that old magazine or catalog paper away. That's how I've been upcycling the magazines and the catalogs that we get at work. We get so many, I cannot begin to tell you. I've been saving them, and I probably have a stack now that is up to my knees, and I'm a tall person. So anyhow, so I still do have, you know, this many to go. So I thought maybe what we would do right now is just play here real quick and do one. And doesn't necessarily matter what paper we use. Let's see. I like to try to really not waste paper though and do it pretty close to the right. So let's do that one. Let me get my card. And like I said, I usually just hold up the fold because I don't want to go any farther. And in this case, what makes this extra special sticky is the fact that I have those holes from where I bound it. So that is a little bit of extra stickiness that I have to contend myself with. Alrighty. So now, like, see how I peeled that off of there? Because it was going through those holes. And I usually don't keep a trash can close to my desk. I do it so I have to reach for it. And let me tell you why. I have actually lost half of an alphabet from Tim Holtz. The only place that I can think of is it fell off my table, my desk, and it went into the trash. The only thing I can think of. Alright, so anyway, so now I have that page covered. And what I'll do is I'll turn it upside down, toss it to the side to dry, and now I can take this page, fold it up, or not, and toss it away. Easy peasy clean. So that's kind of what I've been working on to get rid of some old cards. But I did want to show you one that I came across. And I did again take out the insert, the note she wrote me. But this is from a lady that was part of the ATC group that I have told you about many times, ATC_fun. It was a Yahoo group. Now it's an IO group. But this lady, we called her Deja, and I was always so excited to get a ATC cart from her in the swaps. She always did layering, and it's going to be probably hard for me to show you on camera, but in this case, this lady is layered, and then there is another layer with her pocket and the utensils, and then the little kitty is layered, and in this case, she's got a little bow up there on top of her hair. But Deja always did this layering, and she is really the first person that I knew to fussy cut. I said she was the queen of fussy cutting. Now, she passed away last year. We were all very upset, and so the things that I have of hers, I really, really treasure. But I'm going to let this card go to a journal and let it be shared. Then I also have a bookcase where I sell things in Plains, Georgia. Yep, the home of Jimmy Carter. And this past weekend, I got a phone call that one of my items had been broken. That has never happened to me. So I didn't quite know what to do. They always say, you break it, you buy it. Well, she was going to. So she called me, and then, of course, wanted to send me the money. So she sent me this card with the money in it. And first of all, I want to show you her writing. That is how she wrote my name. Beautiful. And then from there, I'm looking at the card, and it's very folk artsy. I love it. And then this is the little note inside. Elaine, sorry about your dish. Annie was her name. And anyway, this is where she got the cards from. It says Memories of Grandmother's Photo Album. And it's a Mary Frances Robinson in San Antonio, Texas. So Mary Frances, I love your artwork. This card is going to go in a journal. I will cover, of course, that part up. And I'm going to take the envelope with, that Annie sent with the card in it. And I'm going to put that in a journal of mine, like one of my own junk journals that I kind of keep yearly. And just use it as a pocket to put some stash in. But I just wanted to share that. To me, that card is beautiful. I don't know what medium was used, oil paint or acrylic or whatever, but I just wanted to share it with everybody. So if you ever have the opportunity to reach out to Mary Frances Robinson and get some of her artwork, I think it would be probably a good investment. Anyway, I'm going to put that to the side. And then, being the weekend, I got some goodies in the mail. I got my newest collage magazine, and then I had told you about a club that I had signed up for at the last stamp show that I went to. So I got my, I guess these are my March dies and stamp in. So I kind of had a weekend of getting some new things without ever leaving the house. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to stop by. Oh, wait, I do have one more thing. Look at these that I found. They are 3M hooks. Aren't they adorable? It just cracks me up. And of course, it's got the little wall stickies and stuff. I recently got a dash cam for my car. And that's a whole nother story, and we'll get into that one time in the future. But the wire, I don't want to tuck the wire up in my headboard and down and around. So I want to get it out of my way, though. So I saw these and I thought, well, these will be perfect. I can adhere them to, somewhere near my dashboard and everything to keep the wire pushed back off of my cup holder. And, but I had never seen where 3M had actually like little clothespin hooks. So these are going to be perfect. Just wanted to share. Anyway, again, thanks for stopping by. As I said, this is unusual for me to do a video on the weekend, except when I have to do the collaborative. And even that, I usually end up doing on a Friday and then scheduling it to post during the time when Amalia wants it to post, trying to follow those deadlines and the rules. Anyway, I do appreciate you coming by. And please tell your friends and ask them to subscribe. And I would appreciate a thumbs up from you to let me know that you like what I'm up to. And I tell you what, Sissy's over here taking a nap. It might just be time for me to take my Sunday afternoon nap. So anyway, again, thanks for coming by, and I'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.